Chanel just reformulated their cream bronzer, and on today's video I will be sharing with you all the details between the original formula to the reformulation to this second reformulation of 2025, including application, demo, swatches for a complete review. Yes, friends, my favorite cream bronzer has been reformulated, and I'm like, why? And I know many of you did not like the reformulation of the original Soleil Tan de Chanel. So let's just put everything nice and straight here. I'm gonna call Soleil Tan de Chanel original formula to the OG, the one that came with the gold Chanel logo. It came in only one shade. It was called Universal. Yes, this is it. I have it, and I do have details on all of the ingredients. As you can tell, mine is, already used and abused. This wasn't really bronzer per se. It was basically conceived with the idea to be a bronzing makeup base to use with your skin tint, with your foundation, to warm up your complexion, but not necessarily as a bronzer as we know of today, like to have those lines on the side, not like such. And because it was called Universal, not many people liked the idea. From there, a couple years ago, Chanel reformulated this bronzer, but there was a huge controversy because they used coconut oil within the ingredient list, which unfortunately for some people are reactive to coconut oil. It can clog the pores, leading to breakouts. On that first launch, they came out with two shades, 390, which it was supposed to be the counterpart to the original formula, and then 392, which was kind of like a medium shade. Later on, they added a new shade, 395, and from that reformulation, these bronzers, they were not only called cream bronzers, but they were marketed as a cream gel formula. So this cream gel formula doesn't come from this 2025 reformulation, but from the previous first reformulation of this cream bronzer that is now cream gel since a few years ago. I will say like 4 years, going into 4 years when they did the reformulation. And then again, a lot of people were so upset about the usage of coconut oil. Now, was it a straight coconut oil? No, not really. It was hydrogenated coconut oil, which is used to thicken the consistency of such product. Well, but how do I know that? Because I do have the details and ingredients of the original formula, the first reformulation, and the new reformulation of 2025. I will be leaving them on the screen so that way you can take a look at it. You can make a pause, take a screenshot, and then analyze each formula from there. Now, something that I always found that very interesting is that a lot of people made a huge fuss about the hydrogenated coconut oil, and I totally get it, and I totally respect and I understand that some people are reactive to it, and I mean all the jazz, right? Allergies and whatnot. But these formulas have carried an ingredient called caprylic, and it is derived from coconut oil. Now you're gonna be like, no, that's not possible. Yes, it is possible, and is used in lieu of parabens. So it works basically as an antimicrobial, and it does have antioxidant properties. Note that this is a natural, and I'm reading right here, a natural occurring medium chain fatty acid found in coconut oil and MCT oil. So I leave it to your discretion there. I enjoy very much the product. The first formulation, it was good to me. The only thing that wasn't so good to me was the shade, because it was just one shade and it only worked for me during basically the cooler months. As you can tell, is very, very close to my skin tone. While the reformulated bronzing cream, as you can tell, I use and abuse so much of it. This is the shade 392. This is what I usually wear, and 395 is a shade that I tend to use during the summer months when I have a really deep bronze and when I have self-tan. Now, knowing that this product was going to be reformulated, I called immediately my client advisor and asked, do you have the bronzer in $3.92? And she said yes. So here it is, brand spanking new. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this formula in a second and why I think some people had some beef to it. But now going into the new 2025 reformulation. By the time that I'm uploading this video, most likely and hopefully it will be available at various retailers or at least at Chanel's website. It is available right now in Europe, UK. I got mine from Selfridges, which they do ship to United States. This video is not sponsored by them, but I just wanted to note that yes, you pay a little bit of an extra fee. They have kind of like a plan that you pay up front. I don't remember, I think it's $100, but then you get free shipping throughout the year. Now, do you see the difference here? Now you have the CC logo in the middle and not the fudgy kind of swirl. Do you see right there? And you can tell that this one has more shine to it and this one looks a little bit more velvety matte, which in fact the finish is described as a velvet matte finish, which indeed even the first reformulation, it was also a velvet matte finish. So you receive the bronzer new, say if you're still getting this one, you will see this, but then this will happen over time. It's the same thing as you see right here. Does it make sense? Hopefully it does. And as I mentioned before, this comes in 5 new shades. If you follow me on my Instagram, also on TikTok, you may have seen this post over here where I share with you that now it comes in, again, 5 different shades. Now, do not get confused. That light bronze one, it is not the counterpart of Universal or 390. It is a new, lighter, for very light complexion shade. In fact, it looks a little bit grayish in tone because how light it is. The one that is the counterpart, quote unquote, of 390 will be the shade bronze. Then medium bronze will be the counterpart of shade 392, also known as medium bronze. And then deep bronze will be the counterpart of shade 395, also known as deep bronze. And then we have a newer shade on the deepest spectrum, intense deep bronze. So just think about it like in the middle are the 3 shades that we know, and Chanel has added 2 new shades, one for the lightest complexions and one for the deepest complexions. Now, which shades I have gotten? Bronze, which is the counterpart of 390, and medium bronze. Let's go for swatches. I'm going to go first with the Reformulation 2025 Soleil Tan Bronze. Oh my gosh. Okay, going next with the original formula. Granted, I have not been using it. I can tell right away that this one is a tiny bit deeper, not by much. And this one seems a little bit more doré, while this one has a warmer tone. New one, original one. I'm gonna swatch the shade 392 Tan Medium. There you have them. You see, I mean, like the difference is abysmal. I don't want to get you confused, but I think the best thing to do here is I'm gonna swatch the new one right in the middle, and I'm gonna sandwich it, original on the top and first reformulation at the bottom. And I can tell you one thing, the new one doesn't have as much opacity as the original one and as the first reformulation. Let's go with the new one in Tan Medium Bronze. This one is supposed to be the counterpart to 392. Let's see if that's the case. Okay, it glides easier, is thinner in consistency than the previous 2 versions, and it's not as deep. Doesn't seem like it's as deep, but it may be because again it's thinner, the consistency. And last, I'm gonna swatch Soleil Tan Deep Bronze 395. This was the deepest one just by a week ago or so. As you can tell, it's deep, but it's not like extremely deep. From the other ones, I mean, it's subtle. Definitely there was a need for a more rich, intense, and deep tone, which I'm happy they had brought it. there was no need for me to buy it, but I imagine it's gonna be at least one shade deeper than this. Going first with bronze and see how much I can bronze up my face, and I'm using a BK Beauty 101 brush that, by the way, not sponsored, but BK Beauty has given me an exclusive discount code. I will be leaving it on the description box below, 20% off all their brushes through the YouTube shopping, which is very easy. Just tap the screen and you will see little icons on the bottom, and it shows the products that I'm showcasing today. You can shop directly from there. So when you use YouTube shopping, you can use the code, I think it's YT20. Again, I will be also leaving it on the description box so you can get 20% off BK Beauty. Okay, this is how much I got. Again, going with bronze. This is definitely such a natural bronze shade. Let's just build it up a little bit more. Okay, I have built it up quite a bit, but it's not adding too much product because it's thinner in consistency. It layers really well. Also, BK Beauty 101 brush, and I'm gonna go to tan medium bronze. See? Definitely deeper in tone. I mean, you can see the difference from here to here. And if you're new here to my channel, welcome. I film in natural light with a 4K camera, and I'm pretty sure you can see the difference. This one is deeper, and I haven't even built it up just yet. I'm just using whatever is remaining on the brush. I'm gonna build it up just a tiny bit more to just be fair from one side to the other. Not by a whole lot, because it does have a good amount of pigmentation. Taking it on the edge of the cheeks and then going up here tiny bit where I naturally bronze. Taking it on my nose and a little bit remaining on the chin. Okay, you see the difference. This is higher contrast than this one. Is just the contrast is very minimal, very, very natural. I mean, I like them both. I think I will get good use out of them. This one to me is completely, totally daily wear. Like, go out right now, daily wear. As I will get more color on my face, I will be using this shade for sure. And to me, this part is very important. The finish is the same as the previous two formulas, original and reformulated. Even though some people are gonna say, no, impossible, because the reformulation, you can tell, is more shiny. Listen, I think there are a lot of people that they truly did not give a go to this bronzer, to the first reformulation, that they just heard the word coconut oil and immediately disregarded. Because yes, it starts like this, that it looks shiny, it doesn't start like this, but with time and usage, this is what you get. This here is what you get. These two are the same product, the same thing. And I have gone through 2 taps of this. This is my brand new one because I want to make sure I didn't want without it. I love it so much. And it never broke me out. And I do have very sensitive skin. And it gave me the same finish. I think it's just some people, again, immediately thought about coconut oil and just disregard the product, didn't use it, and therefore it just sat down, maybe donated, gave it away, or returned it. Who knows? But I'm a person that have used that reformulation too several times, and I enjoy it as much. It's a really good formula, self-setting. Now, what I think about this new formula, it is a little bit different, not in the finish. The finish is the same, this velvet, almost matte kind of finish, but it's not dull. It's very natural, very skin-like finish. But the consistency is not as thick as the previous 2 formula, both original and first reformulation. This is thinner consistency, so it's easier to build. So you build little by little, little by little, until you achieve the type of bronze that you want to give your skin. Does it make a big of a difference? Not really. If anything, the biggest difference is the ingredients used in this new formula, such as sunflower seed wax, there is cera alba, which is bee wax, all of those ingredients that are going to help just to make the formula even a little bit more lighter weight. In general, if that's what you like, I'm also happy with this new formula. Another thing that makes me happy is that we still get the 30 grams of product or 1 ounce, which is huge. Cost per wear, you get a ton of product here. Is one of those products, like say the liquid double-ended eyeliner from Tom Ford, that you get so much product that it can last you for like a year and a half or so. So I mean, cost per use, it's amazing. It does have a shelf life of 12 months, but I have gone over the 12 months and nothing bad had happened. They have not broke me out. I haven't mentioned it yet. They are made in France, same as the previous formulations. Cap difference is the same. The new reformulation and the previous reformulation has a Chanel beige logo, while the original one, it was gold. But since the first reformulation, this cream bronzer became part of that Le Beige line. When it was the original version, it was just simply part of the entire Chanel line. It was just a cream bronzer, not part of that Le Beige. So when it became part of the Le Beige, I know I'm giving you a full history of how this cream bronzer, but well, that's what you're here for. Then the CC logo on the cap became beige for that Le Beige. Okay, friends, I finished making my makeup, and honestly, I think both shades look good on me. I think this would look best if I have a little bit more of a tan. This one does have a little bit more of that, very much, I'm a little bit bronze by nature, you know what I mean? Now, something very, very special about this new reformulation is that these bronzers are way more buildable of what they were previously. So in the previous, both in the original and the first reformulation, you achieve always the same kind of, not the tone, but actually the amount of pigmentation. It was always the same. With these new ones, you're able to build it up to your needs, and that makes it a huge plus. So I'm very excited about this new formula from Chanel. Very happy with it. I think it will make very happy to many other people, because they listen not only to the situation about the coconut oil, but also the shade range, adding more shades. Now they have 5. I think it's pretty substantial. I didn't purchase the intense one or the deep intense, but that's something to be seen. So I'm super happy with this reformulation. I have my stamp of approval. I think it looks just wonderful. So wonderful. Let me know if you're planning to pick up these new cream bronzers now that summer is approaching. Leave your comment on the comment section down below while you're at it. And if you haven't done so yet, you're always invited to subscribe to the channel, ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. If you like the video, if it served you on any help, please give it a thumbs up, share with family and friends. If you're on Instagram and TikTok, come and follow me there. And if you're not done watching my content, I will be leaving a couple other videos at the end of the screen that I'm sure you're gonna love. See you then. Bye-bye.